So the benefit of using Facebook is how advanced that we can actually target our users. Facebook has all the data from all other advertisers putting their ads on Facebook. So the beauty of using Facebook advertising is we can target by age, we can target by demographic, we can target by interest. For example, if I was selling an anti-aging skin cream on Facebook ads, I know that I would target women who are preferably above the age of 40. Now that's a big audience that we can even go into. So I'm going to show you exactly how I laser target and how I build my targeting audiences for all my affiliate campaigns. Let's dive right in. So now it's time to start targeting on Facebook. So we have a couple different options that we can actually do. So what you can actually do is you can come to Facebook and you can click this little drop down box and you can click on Ads Manager. Now once you do that, you can click on Create. Now there's plenty of different options that we can actually do when we're actually setting up our Facebook campaign. This is actually the campaign level where we can actually choose an objective. So right now I'm just going to choose on traffic, and then I'm just going to click on continue. So what you can do now is you can scroll down. In the future videos we will be setting up a campaign step by step together. So in terms of targeting, what you can actually do is you can start researching what your market is. Now one good place to do that, we can come to Audience Insights. So this is where you can actually implement your audiences right here on detailed targeting. So as I'm building out my campaign, I go through a couple steps when I'm actually building out the audience. Step number one is first I go to Audience Insights, and what you can actually do, Facebook has all the data. They know what websites you go to, they know how long you stay on websites, and if you purchase on that website. So then what we can start doing is leveraging Facebook's powerful data, because they have all the data. They know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it. There's thousands of other people, millions of other people advertising with Facebook who have pixels on their sites and are tracking you. So now what you can do is you can come here to Audience Insights, and for example, we've been talking about weight loss. My Michelle May page, which is my avatar. So what we can do is we can come to interest, and we can even type in weight. Let's type in weight loss. Let's click right here. So now as you see, 82% of the people who are interested in weight loss are women. So if we think about, alright, 82% of the people are women, this lets us know that we can actually target starting off with women, for example, instead of targeting men. And if we have a avatar who's a woman, then targeting women would be ideal. Because if you have a woman as an avatar and you're targeting men, the men may not relate with the woman as well as a woman will relate with a woman. So now let's take a look right here. Now what you can actually do, Facebook has all this data. So the first thing I like to do is look at the ages. So we see 18 to 24, 6 to 7%. So that would not be ideal in my targeting. I would not want to be targeting 18 to 24. Now 25 through 34 seems like a really good age range. So based off all of this data, what I would do is I would take 25 through 65 and I would start overall broad. So let's go into Ads Manager, and we would have 25 through 65, and then I would choose women. So now this could actually be one ad set that we're actually split testing. So we can also split test later on. So there's a couple different ways to actually split test. What I like to do is get enough proven data from a certain audience to actually move into that audience and target. So for example, I like to start my targeting a little broad, so 25 through 65. Especially if my audience size and my potential reach is pretty small. So right now we have 100 million, but we can actually narrow that down with Facebook. So right now we can come to detailed targeting, and we could even put weight loss. And then we have extreme weight loss, live script weight loss, and as you see, it's interest-based targeting we're doing right now. Health and wellness. And then 55 million in our reach. So now we're down to 9.5 million because this is women who are between the ages of 25 and 65. Now the beauty of this is that you can actually target even further than that. So what you could even do is you can narrow. So our audience now has to like health and wellness as an interest, but then they also have to like, for example, Kim Kardashian. This is going to drop to 3 million. So now with Facebook, our audience has to be interested in health and wellness. They got to be women between 25 and 65, but then they also have to be interested in Kim Kardashian. So it's just narrowing down. So this is the beauty of what we can actually do with targeting. So as you're looking at this potential reach, what I've noticed is a sweet spot in terms of targeting. So in the beginning of your campaigns, about 300,000, 250,000 to about 3 million's a pretty good range that I've found. So one thing to consider is that you do not want your audience too small. 100 to 2,000 may seem pretty big on the overview, but actually that's relatively small in terms of Facebook advertising and our targeting. So what will happen is that once we go to scale, it's going to be difficult to actually scale our campaigns if we're just targeting 100,000 people, 200,000 people. So in the beginning, our audience will be more targeted just to get that accurate pixel data and start finding our winning audiences. But once we start to scale, I've noticed about the potential reach about 3 to 10 million. If you're in that range when you're scaling, is a pretty good size. So now what else you can do is you can come here and you can click on page likes. Where right now we're just spying on our competitors right now and just seeing exactly where our customers are actually hanging out at. So we see that our customers are interested in Beyond Diet. I've actually seen that page through my spying. We see that they're into the Palo Secret. Now that is actually very interesting because we know that I'm actually running a Palo Secret offer. So we know that our audience who is interested in this, health and wellness, we know that they're also interested in the Palo Secret. So this is actually really good info to actually look at. And then when we scroll down, we can actually see what pages these customers actually like. So we have Blue Apron. Now that's another page that we could even target in terms of our targeting. We could target the Palo Secret. Let's scroll down. Dr. Josh X. See, when you come into here, you're going to start getting ideas that you've never thought about. I have no idea what Clean Food Crush is, but we see that the audience size is actually 750,000. So this could actually be a potential audience that we also target. So this is just an overview of what the audience insights looks like. So also you want to be typing in different interests. So as when we go back to the creation, we can actually see, let's just exclude this and take it right out. So you can even click on this suggestion box and Facebook will actually give you suggestions based off of what you're actually putting in. So for example, engaged shoppers. So the benefit of even using engaged shopper, Facebook has the data knowing that this customer is actually more prone to click the call to action. So we could even add in engaged shopper. And then what we could even do is that we could come here, narrow audience. So we can click browse right here. Then we can click on behaviors. And we can even scroll down, purchase behavior. And then engage shopper. So Facebook has all this data. So this is so important to actually be using. So now also what we can even do, we can take this out and then we can scroll back up. Then let's take this out and let's put demographics. Let's put in politics. Let's put in relationship status. And let's just put in married. So imagine if you were even doing a real estate offer. Most of the people who are getting houses are most likely married couples. And we can even check that by using the audience insights and looking at the demographics in terms of even looking at the relationship status. So we see that right now, let's put in home owner. Let's put in home ownership scheme. This is interesting. So this is a powerful tool to be using. Now what you can also do is even come over to Google Trends. So if you've never used Google Trends, when people use Google Ads, Google is for search intent. People are typing in these specific keywords. For example, what we could do is put in solar power. And let's just put the search term in, solar power. And then in terms of targeting via state, so what you'll start to learn as you're testing your campaign, for example, I like to target in the United States, but what if you're targeting the United States, as you're getting conversions, you're gonna eventually start to see that a lot of your conversions are coming from Texas, a lot of your conversions are coming from Oregon, Utah, Vermont. So eventually in your campaigns, you can even split test. For example, if this was a solar power offer I was promoting, and I know, for example, Oregon is a desert area, Utah is a desert area, and I know that I can actually target in Utah, and we can even use ad copy specific to the geo that we even target in. Now this is more advanced that once you start to grow your campaign, but this is just awesome perspective I wanted to show you on based on where you can actually target. Now lastly, another great spot to actually be targeting instead of targeting in the detailed targeting area, eventually we're going to start to get pixel data. We're going to start to get traffic on our affiliate offer. We're going to get traffic on our landing page. And with Facebook, we can actually create custom audiences. So what we can even do is that if someone watches 95% of our video or 75% of our video, we can actually create audiences so Facebook can find us people who are similar to that. In the upcoming videos, I'll be showing you exactly how to use custom audiences to be successful now. So now always remember, on Facebook, we're gonna have our campaign, and at the campaign level, this is where we actually choose our objective. Do we want people to like our page, engage with our page? So there's plenty of different objectives that we can choose from. Now, the most important aspect to remember is that you're gonna have to split test. You never know until you start to actually test. So for example, if this audience one right here was Kim Kardashian, we don't know how her audience is gonna react until we actually test it. So let's just say we have one ad, and one ad, and all we're doing is split testing different images. So this one could be a smiley face image. I hope you guys love this, by the way. This one could be a sad face. And then this face could actually just be a neutral. We never know how ad one and the audience that we choose is going to react until we actually start testing that. So this is why it's very important to actually test. So ad one could be, for example, Kim Kardashian. I'll put a K, and this could be from 25 to, let's just put 65. And we're only targeting women. So then now what we need to start doing is we need to start creating another ad so we can split test against that. So for example, this could be Oprah, for example. I'll just put OP for Oprah. So we have the same image, we have the neutral page, we have the sad face right here, for example, and then we have the smile right here. But we never know until we actually test it. So I just wanted to show you a quick example of what the overview is because what we're going to be doing is we're going to have separate ads, and every ad is going to be targeting something different. And then once we target, we're going to start to learn that eventually we're going to have, for example, ad one may be the winner, and then ad two actually may be a loser. So we'll end up killing ad two because ad two, based off of our targeting, is not making us any conversions or any sales. And then we can actually see that I was actually testing live based off of different interests. So look right here, we have health and wellness was my ad one, 4.5 million in my reach. And then also I was split testing against Oprah's book club, and that was a 350,000 audience. But we see it was a micro split test. I targeted the United States, and I'm still running this campaign, and I'm targeting 35 plus. But I have ad one, health and wellness, 4.5 million. Then I have ad two. So this is an engaged shopper. And then they were also interested in Weight Watcher. So I narrowed down, and my audience size was 3.7 million. But now because I did that, I actually split tested. We have image one, image two, and image three. So this is the importance of actually creating different audiences that we can actually target in. So I'll see you in the next video.